Welcome to session 14, where your presentation stops looking like a draft and starts commanding attention. Today, we shift from structure to style. You are going to learn how to transform a basic outline into a visually stunning, professionally polished presentation using clean design, powerful imagery, and subtle animations. This is how great ideas get noticed. In our last session, we crafted the script for your story. Today, we step into the role of directors and designers. This is where your message comes to life visually. We'll take your powerful ideas and give them the impact they deserve through applying clean design, striking imagery, and professional polish. By the end of this session, you won't just have slides, you have a presentation that looks sharp, feels memorable, and commands attention. So, what are we talking about? You already have a powerful story to tell, but poor design can undermine its credibility. Imagine dining at a world-class restaurant only to be served food on a dirty plate. No matter how good the meal is, you won't trust it. The same is true for presentations. Design is the plate your ideas are served on. So in this session, you are going to learn how to plate your message beautifully. We are going to take the outline you've built in session 1 and apply clean templates and layouts for consistency. We are going to add high quality images that engage your audience and use purposeful animations that enhance, never distract from your message. By the end of your presentation, your presentation will look polished, professional, and impossible to ignore. Let us get started. Now we are going to do I think 4 different things in this session. First, I'm going to show you how to apply themes to your already created outlines. Then I will show you how to use templates. Then I will show you how to apply templates and add images. I will show you how to apply what is it called again, transition and animation effects on your presentation. Then I will now finally work with Canva. Okay, let's quickly start so that we'll be able to cover up all these things within the next 30 minutes. Okay, first of all, you already have your presentation outline. So we go back to our PowerPoint and we open the presentation. Remember what you saved it with? I saved with mine with social media pitch deck. So I'll open it. So this is my social media pitch deck. So what I'm going to do is very simple. Already I've put it in the layouts that I want. So for the purpose of consistency, I don't need to come and start applying this color here and applying this color here. Usually it's important you choose a color that is consistent with your brand when you are presenting. So what I'm going to do is to apply a theme to this my presentation so that it will look colorful and also maintain a consistent layout. For example, we maintain consistency in the color, the text, and the layout. So here we go to design. Now this is PowerPoint per se. Now you see themes here. So under the themes, you click here and this drop down arrow, and you see there are different kinds of themes, so you are going to choose the one that you think is consistent with your brand color. So if you choose this one here now, you notice that everything have changed. The color, everything have completely changed. So this is how the whole thing is. So I don't need to apply any much of a thing because the theme has really formatted everything for me, and it's cool and clear, very clean. So you can decide to choose another theme. You notice that each of the theme have its own way of designing the content of your slide. So here there's the title, there's this information. So and in each of the themes that you choose, you also notice there are variants. So I can decide to choose any variant here. Maybe I prefer this, but I needed a blue color, so I choose here this color was orange and gold. So you can decide to choose a theme. This makes your presentation keeps consistency. This gives you a consistent color and font throughout your presentation. Okay, so if you are working with Google Slide, we quickly open Google Slide. Remember doc.google.com. Then where did we save our, okay, we go to presentations, then slides, then we should see our slide. Okay, so this is it here, social media marketing pitch. So you see where you saved your slide. Okay, we have already created an outline because we worked from the scratch. Okay, so what we need to do is to also get a theme. So if you look at the standard toolbar here, you notice we have background, we have layouts, we have themes. So we are going to work with themes. You can as well go to slide and you see edit theme or change theme here. So now we are going to click on themes, and you see in this themes pane, you notice there are different themes here to choose from. So depending on your brand color or your design preference, you can choose a theme of your choice. Okay, so this is what this theme is giving me. This is what it's giving me. I can decide to change it. Nothing will change, it's just the theme, and everything that I have done remains the same. Nothing changes, it all remains the same. So you can test different themes, especially when you don't have a particular brand color or what you're looking at. You can test different themes that you feel that suits you and gives you what you want. Okay, so this is a different one, and I think we are going to stick with this. Okay, so finally this is it. So this is the theme. Now the good thing about theme is helping you to stay consistent with your color and your text. You don't need to change any other thing. All you need to do is to continue with your design. Just keep on putting the information you want, and that's it. The theme does everything for you. So that's how you choose your theme. You can decide to change the layout of each of these things. You can right click also and go to layouts and change the layout to what you want, any other thing you want. Okay, that's how you work with themes. So the second thing we are going to learn is to work with templates. As beginners, usually is, even as professionals, most times you prefer to work from the template. It's quite fast for you to create your presentation from a template, because you already have the design and the layouts there. All you need to do is to just put in your outlines inside that design already created for you. So what we are going to do is to go back now. Instead of starting from blank presentation, what we need to do is to choose a particular template. In Google Slides here, what we are going to do is to go to the templates gallery. So when you come to the templates gallery, you notice that these are recently used templates here, and you notice here is personal from this personal. Then you see there are work templates, quite different kinds of templates for education. You notice the titles for each of them. So here I'm going to look at the work template. Okay, here we have consulting proposal, case study. Let's just choose one template. It doesn't matter, just choose the one that you want, that you think appeals to you, or that gives you what you want. So I'm picking this template here as pitch. Okay, so I haven't gotten the template. Now you notice that each template has quite a number of slides in them, depending on what they represent. So these have up to 11 slides in it. So because I'm just trying to pitch my business proposal, all I need to do is to use the number of templates, only the number of slides that I want. So here that is written company, I'm going to change it to of my business proposal. So I'm going to change it to is it wasting time to paste? Okay, now instead of wasting time here, also the same thing is applicable in what do we call it, in PowerPoint. So here I'm going to leave PowerPoint. So I will save this and close this particular one here. Let's close it. Okay, so I will go back and start my PowerPoint from the scratch. Now, because I want to work with templates, I'm going to, rather than use blank presentation, now these are some templates that are here, or themes that are here. Usually you can go to new. When you go to new, you see there are quite a number of templates here, and they are also categorized. You notice this: infographics, business diagram, charts, education, themes. You can type a particular, you can type maybe I'm looking for business, yeah, business proposal, and press enter. Then it's going to search out some for me. So that's it. So these are some that is searched out, but here I'll just click on business so that it will bring down everything that it has concerning businesses here. Then you are going to choose a particular template that appeals to you or you think is what you need. Let's take, for example, if I take this one here. So when you select it, this appears. Now this is different from that of Google Slides. Notice Google Slides just opens up. We need to delete this and type in our information. I think I closed that earlier. So social media pitch deck. So the title is social media pitch deck. So we are pasting this here. social media pitch deck. Okay, now I'm deleting this. Okay, so you can put in the company tag now. I'll just delete this because we don't need it. Okay, so here you keep on putting in things you want, but I think okay, I don't really need this particular mission statement. I don't really need this. Okay, but okay, this is the problem. I might need it. Let me just remove this. So you right click and you select delete. So I don't need that. So we have the problem here. So you put in something. Now this is quite good because I'm going to change this chart that is here, and I'm going to convert it to image. Okay, so I'm going to convert it to image. I'm going to change it. So I'm deleting everything there. So I'm going to convert it to image. Okay, but what I'm going to do is to ensure that the layout is to content layout. Okay, so the problem to content. So here is where the information is going to be, and here is where I'm going to place my image when I bring it in. So I'm not going to continue to complete this thing. So I'm just showing you how you are going to be doing your thing. So here you also notice that there is the solution here, and here you are putting in this. You can change this image here and type in the information here. You can still maintain the image here. Okay, so the same thing is applicable here. We are working here. So here what we're going to do is to click on create. When you click on create, it's going to download the template for you. Now the template has been downloaded, so what we are going to do is to work from the template. So here you can put in your pitch deck. Remember, social media. Okay, so social media marketing pitch deck. So I'm going to cut off here. Okay, delete these ones. Social media marketing pitch deck. Okay, so that's the title. So here about us, I don't need that. Company overview. Okay, the product. Okay, you notice that there are quite here I can just change this to the problem. Then I will now put in the problem here. That is if I want. Now notice that this has about 13 slides in it. Now what you need to create is just 5 slides. Okay, 6 slides per se. So you just choose the slides that you think will correspond to what you are doing. So like this one, I will need it, so you can push it up to the position you want. Then when you have chosen the 5 slides you really wanted, the 6 slides you really wanted, I mean basically the 5 slides you really wanted, then you can delete the remaining ones by selecting and pressing delete, or right clicking and pressing delete. This one, just right click and press and select delete slide here. Now the same thing you did in what do you call it, in Google Slides. So now for example, you might need to change this image here, or this image here. Okay, so since we are looking at the problem, we can decide to change this, add image in this particular position, or just use this one as the problem and change the image here. It's quite easy. You can right click this image and point to change picture, and maybe select device or from stock images. Now if it's from stock images, PowerPoint is going to help you locate some images within its library. Now you can choose image from the library here, the stock image here. Okay, so but let's look from our device. Let's I usually use royalty free image platforms like pixels, pixabay, free pics. I usually use free pics, freepik, freepik.com, freepik.com. That's what I usually use. I prefer using it, freepik.com, because they usually give me free images. So I can type in social media issues, and I have it. I need it in images. Okay, so all images. Okay, so here I have some images that I can really take. They are really free to take. So now you see this one is paid, this paid. Okay, so I don't need those ones. I need the ones that are free. So I think I can take this. So when you click on this, you click on download. Let's take the medium size. Okay, it's downloaded already. Okay, so this is downloaded in my downloads. So what I'm now going to do is to go back to this place and to my slide and right click on it and point to device, this device, and I would locate where the image is downloaded. Is in my downloads, so this is the image here. Okay, so perfectly, so the image fits in perfectly in that location. So do the same here. Now if it's here where there is no image already, so you just need to go to insert, image, this device, sorry, that's video rather than image, insert, sorry, pictures, this device, then you go down straight to where the image is located, this downloads, then select this. Now the image appears. So what you need to do is to move it to the position you want it to be. You can actually resize it, clicking here and resizing it. You can also decide to crop it. Undo this one. You can use crop and crop part of the image. That is, eliminate part of the image that you desire to crop. Okay, so that's it for what is it called, for PowerPoint. Now it is same thing you can still replicate in Google Slides. Now remember, here we need to put an image. So what we need to do is we need to go down to insert here. So we have image, and we are going to look at upload from computer. You can also say upload from stock and web. Okay, from drive and photos, that is the one that is in your Google Photos or your drive. So but here, or you can also take from your camera. So here I'm taking from my computer, so which is the image that I downloaded right now. So clicking here and I'm going to get it here. Exactly, so you can position it where you want it to be, resize it to match. Okay, so that's how you get your image. Now remember, you can use royalty free images. So this also, you can also decide to change this image also. Here you can decide to delete the image and place the image back using the same method that we did. So I've deleted the image and go to insert image. Now I'm going to use stock and web. Okay, so I'm going to search for images. Let's say social media products. Okay, stock images only. Now, why the problem I have here is that you might not really get exactly what you want. You might not really get exactly what you want, so that's why I prefer using stock images. Okay, let's just assume that we take something like this, so it appears here. What you need to do is to position it to where it's going to be. So if you move it like this, you see it's going to be it's going to be skewed. Usually we go it through this way, so that's why it's going to be better for us to use stock images, so that we can be able to work with what we have and position it appropriately in our slides. Okay, so that's how you use templates and work with stock images to include it in your slides. Now the next thing we need to do is to work with slides transitions and animations. Transitions is the effect that happens when the slide moves from one slide to another during presentation. So here, when you are moving from slide 1 to slide 2, there is an effect that takes place. Okay, like here, let's do a presentation, let's do the slideshow. Now moving from slide 1 to slide 2, nothing happens because there is no transition effect. So here we are going to apply transition effects. So usually you just use a simple transition effect. There are so many of them. To do that, you go to transitions in Microsoft PowerPoint. There you notice there are transitions to this slide. So there are quite a number of them. Now professionally, we usually use the subtle transitions rather than using these exciting ones that are quite distracting. Now look at this, it's quite distracting. It's cool and fine, but distracting. Look at this. Okay, but the subtles are just quite something like the fade. It just fades in, the push, it just pushes in, the wipe, it just wipes the previous one. Okay, now when you select a particular one, let's take for example we are using the split. We split the screen. Then what we need to do is to simply click. Now wherever the thing applies, it shows here. So there's the animation, the effect has applied here. So we can now click on apply to all. So the same animation will apply to all of them. Okay, so what we are going to do is, now you can actually choose random animation to apply any kind of random animation to any of the slides, but professionally it's better to use a particular one. So here now, notice what is going to happen when I play this presentation. Now this social media marketing pitch deck, have you noticed it? Now this is different from what happened earlier. So you now have something that transits from one slide to another slide without just entering and jumping up and down. Now the same way you handle that in Google Slide. In Google Slide you see transitions. Okay, the transition should appear, it should have been here. Let's remove this theme. So it's transition. So you can actually get it from slides. So here you see transition. Okay, so what we do is click on the transition so that it appears here. Now because there is no transition, that's why you are seeing none here. None. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to select this, and there are quite a number of them. These are fade, slide from right, slide from left, flip, cube, gallery. Okay, let's check this gallery out and see. Then we click on apply to all. Okay, apply to all. That's it. It's 7. So let's play our show. So let's move from one slide to another. So that's the gallery. So it's moving. That's the gallery. Okay, so that's how it transits. Now, quite simple and easy to apply transition. So you can choose any kind of transition effect you want to apply. I think I prefer fade. Fade is professional. It doesn't distract. Then when you click apply to all. It's good to use the same transition all through. So look at how fade works. You move from one slide to another. It just fades in quickly. Okay, so that's it. That's how to apply transition effects. Now the next thing we're going to do is to apply animation effects. You apply animation when you apply transition effect to slides. You apply animation effects to your content. So here, which is quite important, usually when you have bulleted content. So here, for me to apply animation effect, I will have to select that particular object first. Then selecting the object, I will go to, okay, already here you see animation objects, add animation, but usually you can go to is it from insert animation. So it appears here. Now actually it's animation object through there. So here you can have appear, disappear, fade in, fade out. Now fading out means going out, fading in means coming in. So what I'm going to be using is fade in. Now you are going to choose whether it's going to be on click or after previous or with previous. Now because you are going to be doing presentations, instead of using with previous or after previous, what you'll be using is on click. The reason you are using on click is that you only show a particular point when you need to display it to your audience, so that your audience will not be carried away reading out all the things that is on your slide. Now, but for the first one, which is the topic, you can actually use after previous. Now this one I'm not applying anything here, but here I will now apply on this content completely. So I will apply fade to this particular content. This particular content is what I want to apply fade. So here I'm going to apply add animation to it. So it's going to use fade in, and it's going to be on click, fading on click. Yeah. There's something else I will need to add here by paragraph. Yeah. Okay, so let's play it. Now the problem, now I'm going to click for the first one to appear. Notice it? Then I will talk about it. Then I will click for the second one to appear. And that is how it works. Stop. Now when you're doing your presentation, let's see slideshow here. Okay. Now when this appears, now because this is after previous, it means that the moment this slide comes in, this will appear and show. Now I can just give a brief information about the problem. Then I will now click for the first topic to come up. Then I will discuss it. After discussing it, I will click for the second one to show up, and I will not discuss it. Now what it means is that your audience will not move ahead of you. You always be ahead of your audience, only showing you, only displaying what you are discussing at that particular point in time. Okay, now the last thing we are going to show here before we go to Canva is the presentation view. Okay, so let's quickly look at the presenter view. Now you notice that when you are creating your presentation, there is this particular little text box here that says click to add notes. You see it in PowerPoint. You also see it in Google Slides. Now click to add speaker notes. Now this helps you to put in information that you might forget during your presentation. Now what happens is that when you are presenting, there are certain facts that you might not really have on offhand. Then what you need to do is to put them here in your speaker notes or presenter notes, the notes section, so that when you are presenting, you'll be able to see them and recall what you want to say. Now these are things you are not going to display on the main slide. Remember, you're only putting the points on the main slide, so the talking points of the point, you can put them in the speaker notes part. Okay, let's say for example, I now put in this this information here, and let me say, and this information here, I carry them and I put it here in the speaker notes section, so that it will help me when I'm presenting. Then I will do the same thing in PowerPoint. I put them here also, so it will help me when I'm presenting. Now how do you go to speaker presenter view? Now in PowerPoint is quite easy. Go to slideshow, and when you're setting up your show, you are going to ensure that you are going to use presented by the speaker in full. Yes, then here use presenter view, then you click OK. But that's not it actually. Now when you start presenting, you go to your slideshow. Now this is the slideshow here. It's supposed to start. Now you right click, you now choose show presenter view. Now showing presenter view, this main slide here, the social media page, is the one that the audience is seeing. Now this presenter view is quite good because it's going to show you the time. Now you are going to be monitoring the time you are using. Now it's going to show you where you choose the next slide, and it's going to show you the next slide that is coming up, which is this one. And if you have a note that you want to use and remember your talking point, is going to be showing here. Okay, so if I go down to the next slide, now the next slide has appeared. Then this is the next slide that is going to show, which is the third slide. Now because I have some talking points in this slide, so it's showing here. So if I have a point that I forget what I want to say, I'm going to look it through in this particular slide here, in this speaker notes pane here. So that's how it works. Then when I am done, I'm going to click on end slideshow. So, and that's it. Now the same thing is applicable in Google Slides. And Google Slides, instead of clicking straight to slideshow, you click this drop down arrow and you click on presenter view. Now the main thing that is going to be showing is going to be this particular big window here. Now you notice that I have the slides displayed here. Now these are the whole slides. Let me start from the slide 1, which is the title. So that's what is on display. Now the next slide is this one, which is the next slide I'm going to view. So I can click on this next slide. Now notice that there is time. I can pause, I can restart, let's reset it. Now my speaker note, which is going to be the talking point, is going to be here. So I'm going to the next slide. So you see the speaker notes because it's in this particular slide, the second slide. So it shows here. So if I want to say something about organic reach, I'm going to be able to say it from here if I forget some things. Now this shows you the previous one, and this is the next one. So if I click here, I will go down to the next slide, and continuously, and that's how it is. Okay, so that's how to work with your speaker notes. The presenter view. So whether you are working with Google Slides or with PowerPoint. Okay, so finally we are going to go to Canva. Okay, so finally in this session we are going to work with Canva. There are quite other AI other platforms that helps you enhance your presentation using AI, which ppt.ai, presentations.ai, I think slidesgo.ai also. Now Canva is also one of them. So because Canva is quite popular, that's why I want us to use Canva. So let's go to our browser. We are going to type in www.canva.com. Okay, so what's I think what's the problem here? I usually use Canva to create images and infographics, and quite different number of them. It's like this having a problem. Okay, in case it's opening your own, you just need to sign up. Let's try another. Let's see. Let me try another platform. Let's see oceandocs.com. Let's see what's going on here. Ocean Docs. Sent. Slides go. Slidesgo.com. Okay, slidesgo.com. I have something like this. Slidesgo.com. Okay, so we have is this not correct? Ocean Doc. Let's remove this. Let's find it out. Okay, Ocean Doc quite well. Ocean Doc. Okay. Ocean Doc. Slides go. Maybe slides go. Let me look for it. Slides go. Okay. Okay, now the reason I am showing you this is that you can try to use the AI to enhance your presentation. It's going to help you create the presentation very fast. You already have your information there. Now you can actually use templates to implement it, but somehow you can use this AI enabled platforms to create amazing presentations. I don't know what's wrong with all these things. So I'm going to just leave this way. I'm so sorry, it's like there's a problem with some of these platforms today. None of them is opening. So it's like I will do another video if you are really interested in it, particularly for this particular session, just the Canva or any of those AI platforms. If you are interested in still knowing that, I want you to say I'm interested in the comments or chat box, so that I will do a special video for it. So that you will know how to work with those. And since we can't do any more thing here, instead of we can't stay here wasting our time waiting for the platforms to show up, so we are going to call it a quit for today. You have been amazing staying up to this moment. Thank you very much. As we go ahead, That's how you take a presentation from idea to polished professional delivery. You have the complete toolkit now. What are your final questions? Use the chat window or comments to tell me your questions. Yeah, I'm going to give you a homework, and your homework is to be the director and designer of your own presentation. Having learned all these things today, I want you to complete the design process for the 5-slide pitch you outlined earlier in session 13. Now the goal is for you to have a finished, ready to present asset. You can actually start from the scratch, or you can use a template to design your own presentation just as you want. You have all done well. Please, what you have designed, you can actually show me in the community section on our YouTube, or you can post some comments in the comments section when you are done with it. If you have questions during the creation, you can also ask your questions. You are free to ask questions at any point, at any time. Okay, that's it. You have all done incredibly well today and this week. You've learned a skill that will serve you in every single stage of your career. Next week, we are diving straight into the essential world of online safety and cybersecurity. So mark the days and time in your calendar, Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. GMT+1. See you next week.